pause this video right now, read the title, do all that stuff, then come back and unpause, okay? Okay, you've done that now? Good, nice, good job. Okay, so to start off this video, I just want to talk about my absence from YouTube real quick. If you don't want that, just it'll be real short, okay? If you didn't notice, I've not uploaded for a month, and that video was a shit post. So actually more like 2 months, but whatever. Anyway, the reason for this is mainly because I can't come up with a topic to make a video about. And yes, after all this time, this is what I came up with. I know, really pathetic. I actually tried to talk about philosophy, and it went kind of bad, since I didn't care enough to actually write all that was needed in order to make the video. Plus, I can't be bothered to do research. So this is what you get. Also, I do have another idea. Maybe, I don't know. Somehow you'll find it on this video. I don't know. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to talk about my favorite Kekkei, the Byakugan. The Byakugan! Also, I'd like to mention that I've actually finished Naruto by now. I just need to watch The Last and Boruto. I have not watched Naruto The Last or Boruto or any other Naruto film. I'm not gonna do that, I don't think. But, you know, whatever. Anyway, finished Naruto, we good. Anyway, the Byakugan, my favorite Kekkei and also my favorite dojutsu in Naruto. Yeah. Byakugan literally translates to white eye, which is quite self-explanatory. It's, well, just look at it, you know, fucking... You don't need me to tell this kind of stuff to you. You should know this. Anyway, I feel like I should talk about what it is, what it does, and why I like it and all that stuff, so yeah, let's do that. Starting with what it is, it's a dojutsu. Like I mentioned earlier, anyway... Damn it! Anyway, starting with what it is, it's a dojutsu. Like I mentioned earlier, anyway, a dojutsu is a genetic ninja ability that utilizes the eyes, granting the wielder ocular abilities. Basically, it makes them see very well. Most dojutsu, if not all, are also Kekkei, which is an ability that comes from one's genetics. It's basically fucking born with it. For example, the Yuki clan's Ice Release or the Hyuga's Byakugan. Even though they're genetic, some people have these abilities, even though they're not part of the specific clan. An example would be Ao, who has the Byakugan, even though he's not a Hyuga. This is possible through transplants. Basically, they took the Byakugan and put it in his eyes. Same thing with Kakashi and his Sharingan, but you know, yeah. Well, the Byakugan doesn't have any OP like Susanoo or Kuro Matsukami. They still far outclass the Sharingan in visual ability, at least according to part 1, okay? Okay? When talking strictly about eyesight, the Sharingan has a few abilities too, of course. Well, I'm pretty sure the Byakugan can't see through Genjutsu, at least not as well as the Sharingan, and it can't copy movements or jutsu. It's still better than the Sharingan in terms of visual sight. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me today. Because it can also see chakra, but to a greater extent. It can also see the origin of where the chakra is coming from, and it can do this through basically any object. So, you know, yeah. Byakugan also grants the user near 360 degree sight with only a small blind spot left at the base of the neck. The range of the Byakugan varies from user to user, but can be increased through training. For example, Hinata as a genin could see targets 50 meters away, but in Shippuden she had increased this limit to 10 kilometers. And according to Narutopedia on fandom, it's, you know, yeah, whatever. You probably know what fandom is, kinda. She could see 20 kilometers when she was 18. I don't know for sure, but, you know. unlike the Sharingan, you don't need to do anything or go through a trauma to get the Byakugan. You just kind of have it at birth, you know. I'm pretty sure some people don't, but I don't really know how they get it. Like, I'm pretty sure it's not too bad. Anyway, the reason the Byakugan is my favorite Genkai in Naruto is probably because, first of all, I really like Neji and Hinata. Neji is like one of my favorite characters. Hinata was always one of my favorite characters, especially when I first was watching, you know, part 1. Plus, I think the entire situation with, you know, the Hyuga's hierarchy and all that stuff, I think that's really interesting, you know, how like just like how, you know, fucking Naruto versus Neji. Go watch it. I think it's kind of a situation where they help each other, since I like the Byakugan, I like the characters and clan that have it and all their abilities, so it's really more that I like the Hyuga, which makes me like the Byakugan, but you know, whatever. I lost the video file, so if I sound different from here on out, that's why. I'm just doing this real quick, because the video file didn't fucking work. There was no audio, so yeah, I'm redoing this, whatever. Anyway, the abilities are also really neat, in my opinion. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of stuff that summons meteors out of the blue or makes a person practically invincible. I like how the Hyuga have taken the darn good abilities that the Byakugan gave them and developed their abilities around it. To make a comparison to the Sharingan is the ability, or at least the source of it, while the Byakugan just allows them to develop better abilities around it. I really like the kind of anti-meta the Hyuga is too, because if you can't use your abilities, then they don't matter. Like I said, the Byakugan allows the Hyuga to see the flow of chakra far better than, say, the Sharingan. This allows them to see the chakra points and the flow of chakra within the body. To complement this ability, they developed the Gentle Fist style, which inflicts internal damage by attacking the body's chakra flow. And just like when Tsunade fought, what's his name? Orochimaru's errand boy. I forgot his name. Fuck. Not Kimimaru. Fucking Snake Boy. Dragon Sage mode, dude. Kabuto, that's it. And just like when Tsunade fought Kabuto could just win, cause you can't train your internal organs, and Kabuto wasn't even that good at Genjutsu. But using a similar style and shutting down points in Tsunade's body, he could immobilize her and she couldn't do shit, even though she was way stronger. And then you take that and you give, like, the Gentle Fist is basically kind of based around the same concept, except the Hyuga are the one employing it, and they're trained like from birth to be taijutsu like masters, you know. So it's fairly effective, you know. Because when your chakra can't flow through the body, you can't gather it in order to make jutsu. After Neji struck Naruto with the 8 trigram 64 palms, he was confident Naruto wasn't even supposed to be able to get up. Now Naruto stood up anyways, thanks to the fact that he had the freaking Kyuubi in him, but that's beside the point.
Also, remember, originally the Hyuga were supposed to be the top dog in the leaf in part 1.
Anyway, that should basically sum up why I like it and what it is and does. I may not post in a while, but that's just because I don't want to upload a bunch of trash. Also, I'm really lazy, you know. I've got stuff to do. I've got like a test tomorrow, test the day after that. I don't have anything else yet, but I'm probably gonna get a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I just kind of do other stuff. Whatever. It's still fun, you know. Maybe I will. Who knows? Anyway, see ya.